Yesterday on the channel, we covered how the woke are already coming at Marvel Rivals, trying to preemptively censor characters from the game who haven't even been released, and how silly that is. Well, now the Marvel Rivals game director is trashing Concord, saying it didn't bring any unique value. This should really go over well with the woke in video games as they keep taking L after L. This is one of the most popular games out there right now. It is absolutely winning because it's not woke, it's just fun. It is something that game developers should take note of and take heed of. But of course, they're not going to. We know how this all goes, and it's very, very funny to see Concord getting trashed here. So Thaddeus Sasser, the game director of Marvel Rivals, trashed Firewalk Studios' Concord, saying it didn't bring any unique value. Before we get into this article, guys, I am one of the two purveyors of Fandom Pulse. This is John Trent, who wrote the article here. He used to be the editor-in-chief of Bounding Into Comics, and now we do this here directly to you on Fandom Pulse. This is a great system because we do not rely on advertising. We rely on gamers like you who actually support us and keep us going sustainably so we don't have to censor ourselves. It's a very important thing in the culture war because we've both worked at different publications. They've attempted to censor us. That's why he left Bounding Into Comics in the past. Same with me. And so we are appealing to gamers like you to, of course, support us, support our doing this full time. Fandom Pulse, the link is in the description below. Please sign up, and it's only $5 a month. It's like a Starbucks cup of coffee just to help us out here and get us going and keep us sustainable. We really, really appreciate you for doing so as we cover all the things in gaming that nobody else will. And yes, thanks so much for the tremendous support during our first month. We've reached incredible milestones so far. And do hit the like and subscribe button while you're here. I forgot to mention that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so close to 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. It's been amazing this year, growing and everything. And let's get into what's happening with Marvel Rivals. So during an appearance on the Video Gamer podcast ahead of the Marvel Rivals release, one of the show's hosts brought up the fact that the game was releasing in a crowded market and noticed that Concord recently released and was quickly shut down. This is actually a great case study, guys, because Concord is in essence very much an Overwatch clone. This is in essence very much an Overwatch clone, and so you did have to provide something different. Now, making a more woke version of Overwatch wasn't necessary, as Overwatch is pretty woke as it is. It's already got all the body positivity and crazy stuff in there. You didn't need to add pronouns to that to pile on the things. Now, Marvel Rivals just adds some cool-looking characters with some cool, almost anime-inspired designs to it, and it actually makes things more fun because you can play as those favorite characters that you love. It's pretty simple. The host stated, you're entering a market that's full of different games. It's one of the cool benefits of Marvel Rivals is that it's offering something that not only no one else can because no one else has the Marvel license for a hero shooter, but you're also offering something that's entirely unique within its market. We're seeing a lot of games come out that are like very similar to other games, like Concord came out and died very, very quickly. So much money lost there. There's a lot of reasons behind that, probably. I love that. I love how they couch this. There's a lot of reasons behind that, probably. Yes, it's the woke character designs and the pronouns. That's what it was. It didn't have much marketing, except for bad marketing, of course. People didn't gel with the art style of it. Okay, that's a nice way of putting it. But at the end of the day, it was just another standard hero shooter. Oh my gosh, the spin on that's pretty funny by the host here, but we'll ignore that for now because I could do a whole video on that without getting into the meat of this, and I want to talk about this because this is fun. So Sasser then chimed in saying, yeah, it didn't bring any unique value. So this is great. This is another designer. We saw this earlier this year with the guy who runs Saber Interactive, who put out Space Marine 2. And he actually went out and started talking about games and how games need to be fun. Games don't have to be overcomplicated. They can be simple, and they got to give gamers just like that fun pleasure, especially when you're dealing with something in the shooter or action genre. And that's exactly what Space Marine 2 did. And so him talking about that and talking about how all of these AAA companies are overly bloated, overthinking things, going crazy, and how they did things on a budget and still managed to have a giant success kind of opened the doors because nobody in gaming really had been signaling towards the gamer market before and saying, you know what, we appreciate you and we actually want to design games that you like and are actually fun. Once that happened, I really think that it does embolden other people to say the same because the way that these social pressure things work is they get quiet and all that. When it was all Kotaku and PC Gamer and those influencers being able to control the thought out there, they were silent because they were scared because you might lose your job, you might have nothing. It doesn't matter if you're a success. The woke mind virus really does encompass everything at these corporations. And because of that, you had a lot of silent developers for a long time. I think we're going to see a new slew of developers like this actually speaking out, calling bad games bad, calling good games good, and actually speaking the truth here. It didn't bring anything of any unique value. It really didn't. And that's actually the big lie about diversity and inclusivity. Like Concord is not diverse nor inclusive. It is exclusive of pretty much everybody, 98% of the population, and it's not diverse because it looks the same as everything else that's being regurgitated out by Hollywood. It's quite the opposite, and there's nothing unique about it. It's a monoculture. It's slush. There's nothing different or anything like that. So we got to take back the word diversity almost, because diversity really does mean something different, and you can't have a generic corporate schlock be different. It's impossible. The host continued, when people already have Overwatch and you're not going to drag people away from Overwatch. Well, I think Marvel Rivals will. Oh my gosh, it's looking like it with the player numbers. There's a switching cost. I've already invested in Overwatch. I've got 15 skins for Farah. I'm not going anywhere. This is the developer of Marvel Rivals. And you can see right there what he's signaling to gamers is, I played the game. I actually know the game very well. I know the good parts about it, the bad parts about it, and that's why my development actually improves upon what was there before. And you see this. This is how games get better. When gamers actually develop the games, you see this kind of resurgence. This is how we got from EverQuest to World of Warcraft under Mark Kern. Mark Kern took good things about EverQuest of the MMORPG and then actually just expanded upon it for World of Warcraft to make something much, much better. And it actually revolutionized the genre. It changed gaming, and it was all just like small differences from the two games. That's all it took, and that's all you really need to do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel to create fun. These people get it, and I love it. Makes me happy this morning. The host then asked, when you're pitching or working on a new free-to-play game in the current market, are there worries you're not going to grab that crowd? It's quite evident that Marvel Rivals will at least kick off very well, considering the massive Discord following and how big those playtests were. Is there a slight worry there? He said, as a game developer, you're always worried until the audience has already responded. And the truth is, I don't think that anybody can accurately predict this or the game industry would be radically different today. I think they can do a little better, honestly, but hey, he's being nice. There's a lot of games out there that come out where people are like, it's going to do well, and then it flops, or people come out and it's going to flop and it succeeds amazingly. So I think it's really hard to tell ahead of time when you're worried about that. Now, I think it comes down to the Kotakus, the PC Gamers, the IGN don't have the influence they used to. So when they talk about a game being awesome and not going to flop, it's going to go amazing, it doesn't actually mean anything. You just have to go and put your ear to the ground with the users on X, for example, and go follow me on X, by the way. I would love to connect with you guys. And those type of places are the ones where the gamers are actually speaking, and you can find out what the environment's actually like very easily. I think he's wrong on this. But I think the trick is you need to have that reason people want to come and play your game, and this is where he's right. I think that Marvel Rivals does exactly that with the superhero. I don't know about you, but when I heard the concept of the game, I was like, oh my god, I want to go be Storm in a game. I want to be Doctor Strange in a game. I want those heroes in the game, and that sounds awesome. And of course, my mind immediately leapt to all the cool possibilities you could have with that. That's what I think will pull people over in as well. If we've done our jobs well, they'll love to play, and they'll love to play some more. Marvel Rivals had an extremely successful launch, hitting 480,000 peak concurrent players, and right now it's still going strong. You can see it's just like people go to sleep and then they wake back up and they play. There's still 449,000 players. They really haven't lost anything, and that is the sign of a very strong game, and I think that the buzz is just getting started on this game. NetEase also announced the game had been played by more than 10 million players in its first 72 hours. That is absolutely huge. This is a giant success for Marvel Rivals, and you can tell it's deserved. You can tell that the developer here loves games, loves this genre of games especially, and decided to just improve upon something. Imagine actually appealing to your customers for once. It's a wild concept, but it wins every single time. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Are you playing Marvel Rivals? Hit the like and subscribe button. Love to hear from you. And please sign up for Fandom Pulse in the description below. This is where we do our journalism hard-hitting that nobody else does. This is the most informative place you can get your gaming news. And please sign up. It's only a cup of coffee a month, about $5 just to sign up. Really appreciate everybody who's done so far. It helps us remain advertiser-free and uncensored, and we appreciate you.